man. This game stinks.
Time for another handheld review. So far I have reviewed the most cheapest options in the market, but now it's time to get the ones that are the talk of the town. This is the Anbernic RG35XX, which just got released 2 months back. Now there's a couple of companies alongside Anbernic that makes this kind of handhelds. They're almost the same category in terms of hardware specifications, but what makes them different is the community support. Out of the box, their software is kinda garbage. But when it comes to custom firmware, they amplifies the user experience. This is what's going on with this handheld. The RG35XX out of the box experience is lukewarm, but with the right kind of tweakings, this handheld will turn into something special. Now let's take a look at the stock software. I mean, this is basically what you're going to be met with. Display is pristine. It's really nice on the eye. Yeah, from whichever angle, it just hits the spot. So I'm very much impressed with how the display is. We have the game rooms, that's the first option, followed by the retro arc, favorites, history, search, settings. We have the volume up and down button. I don't like that water drop kind of thing, so I'm just gonna put it all the way down. Now we have settings, and yeah, that's it for the main menu options. Head over to settings and see what kind of sub options do we have. We have the battery, it shows the voltage, lock screen, backlight brightness, level 5 being the highest. I/O test is the responsive test of the buttons. There you go, quite responsive. Volume up, volume down. Everything is working as they should. There's the menu. Okay, everything is working great. Exit the test, start and select key. So start and select key, okay. Have the date and time, RetroArch settings. This is where you can set up your Wi-Fi. You have the Bluetooth pairing, Bluetooth setting, connected devices, and we also have Moonlight. And there's the icon settings. So yeah, that's basically what we have for the stock firmware. Let's head over to the game room and see. Okay, we have PSP, PS1, Vertical Arcade, CPS 1, 2, 3, Neo Geo. We have a bunch of emulators. Okay, let's unbox this, because what's a review video without unboxing? It's really nicely packaged. The console, wipes, and a screen protector, and a manual that almost all of us ignores, but we do take a look at it sometimes when we are bored. USB Type-C cable, and that's all we have for the contents. Okay. And there you go. Very pristine looking console, the RG35XX. We have some nice padding at the back, and at the bottom we have the speakers. To the side we have the power button. So yeah, that was the unboxing part. Okay, so now that we are done with the unboxing, let's talk about specifications before we head over into emulation. RG35XX comes with a 3.5-inch IPS display, fully laminated with optically clear adhesive, giving it a crisp and clear display as it reduces the reflection between the display panel and the glass. The resolution is 640 by 480, however. Given that the size, I think it's not a big of a deal, and also considering the crisp, colorful display, the retro games looks superb. Okay, so let's talk about the chipset. So the chipset is a H700 quad-core ARM Cortex-A53 with a 1.5 GHz frequency, and the GPU is a dual-core G31 with LPDDR4 RAM, which I think is quite decent. Now it comes with dual SD card slots, one for the main system files, another one for expansion, for storage of extra ROM files. Don't ask for any kind of links. Don't want my channel to be striked. Also, don't try to push it when it comes to the storage expansion. It can only take up to 512 gigabytes. Now, this handheld is similar to the RG35XX Plus, but horizontal and much more sleeker. I like it this way. It also comes with dual low-profile joysticks, which is similar to the Nintendo Switch. And also when it comes to the buttons, they are quite comfy. I like the thumbsticks and the buttons. They are very responsive and not hard on the hands. I love the placements of the shoulder buttons. They are also not too clicky, but they are clicky enough to feel good on the fingers. There's your headphone jack, OTG ports. Now the one to the right, you're gonna use for charging. It has its own version of HDMI port, and this is for
resetting the console itself. With that being said, let's do the contra test, because yeah man, I want to do it. Now the whole point of this test is to find out if there's any dead angles when it comes to the D-pad, because a lot of the consoles don't do it right when it comes to the D-pad. So let's try out the angles. Let's see how responsive they are. I think it's pretty awesome. So yeah, it passed the contra test with flying colors. The D-pads are pretty awesome. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there is a charm to these horizontal handhelds. I like my handles horizontal and rectangular. Okay, so time for out-of-the-box emulation testing. So let's get to it. I did try out Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, but it was running okay until the sound started to stutter. Performance in God of War is okay. It's not too bad. There is no sound stuttering. Yep, there is no sound stuttering or any such issue that I can notice. It looks pretty decent. PlayStation Portable games are going to be a mix in terms of hardware performance. So it's using PPSSPP emulator. Now if you want to tweak the settings on your stock firmware, I can help you out with that a little bit. It can bring in some slight improvements. Under graphics option, and the first option, just check mark that box that says skip GPU readbacks, followed by lazy texture caching. Also set the spline Bezier curves quality to low, and lastly just turn off the anisotropic filtering to off. So expect lags in PlayStation Portable performance. So PlayStation 1 game performance is quite perfect in terms of both graphics and performance. There is nothing to complain about. It actually runs pretty well. Vertical arcade. So yeah, like this. And that was a bad save state. Runs pretty well. Performance wise, no complaints. With that being said, I am very much impressed with the sound quality. The speaker quality is actually very awesome. One here and one here. Neo Geo emulation also plays pretty well, pretty awesome. Same goes for MAME emulator. In terms of performance, sound, graphic, everything works pretty awesome. The display of this console makes the games look so gorgeous. All the games look so beautiful, colorful, and crisp. You can also play these games through RetroArch as well. On RetroArch there are some extra emulators like Dreamcast and DS, Nintendo DS. However, Nintendo DS is kind of like a mixed bag. It uses the drastic emulator, so some of the games like Spider-Man looks very small. I really didn't quite like the experience. Some of the other games like Metal Slug looks pretty awesome, plays also awesome. There is no lags or anything that I've noticed. Emulation performance on the stock firmware is pretty okay, decent. I did not try Dreamcast emulation, so let's just give that a try as well. So this is Dreamcast emulation running pretty well. Crazy Taxi 2. I can't say the same about the other games because it will vary, I'm pretty sure. However, I mean, in terms of the FPS and performance, it's actually playing decent. The out-of-the-box emulation performance is quite decent, given that there are some mild hiccups on PSP emulation. Okay, so we're gonna do a pocket test, see how this thing fits, because Russ did it, so I want to do it too. Success. Okay, time for the final verdict. This is a solid handheld, both in terms of quality and experience. Anbernic has done a very good job delivering both in terms of quality of the hardware and emulation, given that it's under the $100 mark. A premium retro emulation experience. In terms of emulation, the out-of-the-box experience is pretty good, even though the PSP emulation is a mixed bag, but it's not bad in any way. It's just that there are some titles that are laggy, but with some soft tweaks or after the installation of the custom firmware, the experience will elevate. I will definitely give this a 2 thumbs up. Anyways, that's my review of the RG35XX handheld. They could have done a better job in naming the handheld though. What are your thoughts on this? Share it in the comments, like and subscribe for more contents. Check out my other contents. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Dr. Brute 7 signing off. Peace.